Welcome back to Japan. I'm currently in Tokyo, and today I'm taking you on a ramen tour. But not just any kind of ramen. I'm going specifically for Tsukemen. If you don't know what Tsukemen is, it's a special kind of ramen where the soup is served on the side and the noodles are dipped into it. And ever since I've been to Japan the last time, I fell in love with Tsukemen. It's quickly become my favorite. So today, we're gonna go around and try and find the best Tsukemen here in Tokyo. And I'm gonna start with where it all began, Taishoken Tsukemen. Okay. And I always suggest going for, if you're like a ramen newbie, the first selection is usually the most recommended. And you can see here, it's 1,450 yen. And we get our ticket.
Thank you. Oh, much I.
Alright, we got our soup on the side here. You can see there's an egg, 3 pieces of chashu, scallions, a little piece of seaweed. Ooh, it smells so delicious right now. And then we got a big bowl of noodles here. Let's start by tasting the soup. And usually the soup is very concentrated. This one looks a little lighter. It's not as heavy as some of the other Tsukemens I have, but you can clearly see a layer of fat floating on top. Let's take a little sip of this. Ooh, yeah, that's very nice. It's got like a fish base, nice mouth feel, and a little bit of sourness. Going right in, guys. It's a lot lighter than other Tsukemens I've had, which is perfect on a day like this. That's a substantial piece of chashu there. Very thick, not super soft, but still delicious. Menma, the bamboo shoots. That's a nice little pop of umami and saltiness. Let's add some condiments. The garlic paste, chili paste. That kicked it up a notch. Take a bite of the egg. You can see it's not like a real soft-boiled egg. It's actually a hard-boiled egg. It's not marinated, just a plain hard-boiled egg. Look at the size of that chashu. Jeez. There's actually 4 pieces of chashu in here. So that was Taishoken, and that's where apparently Tsukemen was invented. I thought it was quite delicious, but I prefer a much thicker broth. Chashu was nice and thick, but I felt like it wasn't quite soft enough. And a little disappointed in the egg though. The egg was just a normal hard-boiled egg. It wasn't marinated in anything. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give them a 7. So a solid score, but not the best Tsukemen I've ever had. Alright, next up I'm headed to what's considered to be the #1 ramen shop in Japan, Tomita Ramen. And it was actually featured on a documentary called Ramen Heads. Last time I was in Japan, I tried to go to their main shop in Chiba, but it was closed. So this time I headed to the new shop opened up here in the building called the JP Tower. And a little bit after lunchtime, and you can see there's already a big line. Okay, I'm seated now, and you have the option to wear an apron. I'm messy, so I chose 8. Look at this. Okay, we got the noodles. Really thick, square cut chuka soba noodles. We've got the dipping soup. You can see some, looks like fish powder on top. Seaweed. I believe there's bamboo in there. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe some lemon zest. And of course, several different kinds of chashu. We have looks like a roast chashu, and then almost like a ham, and then bacon, and we got our egg right there. If you can't eat the noodles by itself, it's not a good noodle. Yeah, right. Eat it by itself. All right, I'm going in, guys. First of all, the soup is very thick and very, very fish forward. Actually, let's try the soup by itself. Very, very thick. A lot of texture. Very salty. Grab a piece of chashu. So it's like a roasted chashu here. That chashu is amazing. Just soft enough, not too chewy. Has like a smoky flavor to it. So it's probably charred on the outside to impart that smokiness to it. Really good. Let's try this other chashu. I feel like that one's either oven roasted or sous vide. I absolutely love this soup. Here's the bamboo. Oh, wow. The bamboo is really good. Let's try one of these out. This other chashu is a little thinner. Kind of looks like bacon. Yeah. Got a nice piece of fat from the outside. This one's much fattier. Okay. Split it open. See what's inside. Broth itself has this nice combination of kind of saltiness, umami, slight bitterness, and sweetness, and has a texture from the fish flakes. The first chashu that was kind of had a charred taste to it, and I think that's my favorite. This fatty piece is also very good. In there, chill out for a while. Wow. Okay. I see what all the hype is about. That was probably one of the best tsukemens I've ever had. When I think about tsukemen, that's what I think about. It's like kind of a fish-forward, very thick soup, a really thick square-cut noodles that the soup clings onto. Very, very delicious. The only thing was the egg was a little bit overcooked in my opinion. Maybe it's just location, because it's a branch location, it's more of like a commercial operation here versus Tomita's main branch in Chiba. But it was still good. A couple pieces of the chashu were a little dry, but still very flavorful. And there was just plenty of chashu pieces when you get the extra toppings. Other than that, it was an amazing bowl of Tsukemen. I don't know if I'm going to be able to top it, but I'm going to give it a ranking. I'm going to give it a score of 9. I've never given a 10 to anything ever, so a 9 is like almost perfect. But yeah, there it is, guys. Tomita Ramen, Tsukemen by Matsuro Tomita. Check out the documentary on ramen heads about Tomita if you want to learn more about what it takes to make the perfect Tsukemen. But all right, I'm full. I'm gonna go back to the hotel and relax for a little bit. Tomorrow we'll go check out another spot somewhere else. So the next ramen shop takes us to Shinjuku to a place called Tsukemen Gonokami Saisakucho, and they specialize in a shrimp soup. Beautiful bowl of noodles here with I think a couple different kinds of chashu. We got some cabbage and I'm not exactly sure what that is. Of course, some seaweed. And over in the soup we got our egg, and I'm not sure what else is in there, but let's take a look. All right, let's check out the soup first. Let's take. Ooh, see that? Ooh, look at that. It's got a little film on top. Oh yeah, you can definitely taste the shrimp. There's also like a little graininess to it. Very fatty. Oh, it's definitely different than the other soups I've had before. Very unique. Next up, noodles. See, it's not as thick as Tomita's noodles. Just taste the noodle by itself first. Yeah, perfectly finished, perfectly cooked. Got a couple pieces of chashu in here too. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, it's meant like bamboo. Really thick slices of bamboo. I love it. And I got several slices of really thick pork in here. I'll stick one of these seaweeds in here. I'm gonna swim around. Oh, this is cheese. They have cheese in a bowl. Oh, really nice meaty chunks of pork in there. Cabbage. Just cabbage. And we got a beautiful piece of chashu swimming in the broth. Try some of this cheese. Oh. The cheese is very unique. I love these big slices of Meno. It's an interesting piece of chashu. I'm not sure exactly what it is or how it's made, but let's take a bite. It's cold. Not bad. Oh, yeah, there we go. Now that is a perfect cooked egg. I like that. I like that a lot. That is really good Menma. I love this. I'm running low on soup here. This chashu looks slightly different. It's a little more fatty. That was a very unique experience. I never had a soup like that before. You taste like the little kind of bitterness that comes from the head, like the head paste, I guess you call it. Yeah, it was very unique, very shrimpy, a little bit fishy, a lot of texture, but perfectly balanced, not too salty. It was nice and hot and had a lot of umami flavors, like very complex. And noodles were great, toppings good as well. The only complaint that I have is I feel like there wasn't enough soup. I got the small serving of noodles, so I don't know what it would be like if you got like a larger serving. I feel like there definitely isn't enough soup there. But overall, I really enjoyed it. Very unique, very delicious. I'm gonna give them a 9. They were really good. They're up there with Tomita, maybe even just slightly higher than a 9. Ooh, and let's get out of here. It's raining. I don't have an umbrella either. All right, next up we have Tatsu Tsukemen. And this ramen shop opened up back in 2005 and now have 27 different locations. So they must be pretty good if they have that many stores. Let's go in and check it out. Okay, here we go guys. A beautifully prepared bowl of noodles and toppings. We've got nice thick slices of menma, an egg, and of course some chashu, 3 slices, and then this chili powder, the premium chili powder. And then we got the soup, looks really thick, topped with a Naruto or whatever that thing's called, and then some green onions. And then you can actually get a hot stone to heat up your soup. Definitely be doing that. First thing you want to do is taste the noodles. Actually, if you go to the Tatsu Ramen website, they tell you this is what you do. You taste the noodles first. So noodles should be good on their own. So I want to taste them first to get a feel for what the noodle is like. This is one of the thinner noodle. And what I learned is that when they make Tsukemen noodles, once they come out of the boiling water, they shock them in cold water. And by shocking them in cold water, it helps to keep the noodles nice and springy. Now I'm just going to take a little taste of the soup. Also show the camera here. Some nice thick and luscious soup there. Ooh. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, potent, a little bit spicy. It's made with pork bones and chicken bones, I believe, a mixture. But yeah. That's a solid soup. Let's get started here. Now, I've been sort of doing it a lot, slightly incorrectly. You're supposed to take like a couple of strands like this, and then you only dip it in part way. You're supposed to dip it like this, and that's what to dunk the whole thing into your soup. Just dip it a little bit like this. And definitely recommend wearing a bib. For some reason, Tsukemen ramen is a lot messier to eat than regular ramen. Yeah. I do really like the smaller noodles because you can get a couple at a time, and I feel like it picks up the soup better when you have multiple strands instead of like one. Ooh, Oh, this is a long one. I just feel like it picks up the noodle, the soup better when you have several strands instead of one thick one. Nice looking slice of chashu. This looks like a shoulder instead of a roll. Let's take a bite of it. It's not the best chashu I've ever had, but it's pretty good. Nice and tender. You got the menma here. The texture of the menma and then the extra umami just gives a little extra burst of flavor. The soup does have a little bit of kick to it, and then with this the chili flakes on the noodles here, it does give it a nice punch. Just it's not super spicy though. In general, Japanese food doesn't get really spicy. Let's break open this egg and see what's inside. Not a bad looking egg. If you like mine a little bit runnier, let's take a bite, see how it tastes. Yeah, the solid egg. I do find the soup here saltier than the other places. I actually really like a salty soup. So the one thing about Tsukemen is that you want your soup to be really hot and your noodles to be cold. You can also order your noodles hot as well, but I like the contrast between the cold noodles and hot soup. But after a while, soup has a tendency to cool down. However, Tatsu uses the hot stone method where they give you a hot stone to stick in your soup and then warms it right back up. So I'm gonna ask if I can get one of these hot stones.
では、レンゲをお借りします。離れでございます。離してから、一気にする。
Oh yeah, that was a really hot stone. Back. Now let's see. Oh boy, that's hot. Oh yeah. That perked it right up. Let's put that in there. And I gotta get fast here before it cools down again. Alright, so that was Tatsu Tsukemen. And in my opinion, if you've never had Tsukemen before, Tatsu is a great place to start because their Tsukemen isn't as like super fishy. Also, it's not like grainy. Like I love Tsukemen and I'm so used to eating. I love the really fishy, strong flavors. So like Tomita and the shrimp one I just had. I forget the name of the place already, but those are really like strong fish forward soups, whereas this was more you do still taste the fish, but it's more balanced. It's more like it's more approachable for someone who isn't used to that strong fish flavor. Overall, I really love the soup, and noodles were perfect. Chashu was kind of it was okay. It wasn't the best chashu I've ever had, and same thing with the egg. So I think the score for Tatsu Tsukemen, I'm gonna give them an 8, a solid 8. And just a really good all-around ramen, and they have 27 different locations. All right, we're gonna go for one more bowl, and let's see if we can make this the best one yet. So my fifth and final shop is actually a shop that I've been to back in 2019, Mensho Tokyo, and their specialty is lamb soup. They actually make their broth out of lamb and pork, and also you can add niboshi. Let's go in and have a seat.
There it is, guys. It is a huge bowl here. We got noodles and then several toppings here. 2 different kinds of chashu. We also got the lamb chunks and the ajitama egg, and also a piece of lemon. I went with the lamb with niboshi. You can actually order it without the niboshi. I like that fish flavor. So anyway, enough yapping. Let's dig in, starting with the noodle first. There we go. And they do have a thinner noodle here, not super thin, but just the right size. That's perfect. I didn't expect anything less. They actually make their own noodles in-house, and they have a ramen laboratory where they experiment on different flavors. But next up, let's try the soup. Just a little taste here. Ooh, that's super, super thick. And that combination of lamb and fish is very unique. Oh yeah, you can definitely taste the lamb in there. The addition of niboshi has a bit of a graininess to it, which I love. I love that texture. Look how well the soup clings to the noodles. I believe there's a piece of lamb chunk. Oh yeah, nice and tender. It's got this interesting spice to it, like black pepper and shoyu. I think that is a lamb slice. I'll just stick that in there. You can definitely taste the lamb. It's not gamey, but you can tell it's not pork. I do plan on adding a little bit more seasoning to here. Just some spices here. I don't know what kind of spice. Oh, there's some cumin here. A little bit of chili powder. And also I'm going to punch it up with a little bit of vinegar. Yeah, the addition of the cumin combined with the lamb gives it kind of like this Middle Eastern flavor to it. And look at this men, holy moly. Look at a huge chunk of men. The menma is very unique. I'm gonna say it's good, but I prefer the traditional menma. It looks like we got our traditional piece of chashu pork. That pork is super tender. Change it up a bit. Squeeze some lemon on here. Squeezing that lemon in, it really kicks it up just a little bit. Just adds a little punch, a little citrus punch. Okay. Ajitama egg, marinated soy egg, cooked perfectly. This is the best egg I've seen so far. Let's hope it tastes good. Oh man, that is the best egg I've had. Oh man, that's amazing egg. Chashu is so tender.
So that was Mensho Tokyo, and man, does that bring back memories. It took me right back to 2019, my first bowl at Mensho, and I gotta say, it's just as good as I remember it. Just a really strong, strong broth. You can obviously taste the lamb, and then the lamb slices. It was amazing, perfectly cooked. Same with the chashu, the pork chashu. I think they had the best pork chashu and also the best ajitama egg. I wasn't a fan of their bamboo, but the noodles were perfect. Goes really well with the soup. I will say that lamb might not be everyone's thing. So if you don't like lamb, this is not the place for you. But I love lamb. I love those funky flavors. It wasn't gamey at all. Just perfect lamb flavor. And I would have to say that was it was a really good bowl of Tsukemen. So I'm gonna rank this. I'm gonna give this a ranking of I'm gonna say 8.5. I think my favorite overall might have to be I would have to say Tomita for sure. Yeah, Tomita I think did everything really well. Had they gotten that egg done perfectly, I think I would have given them a 9.5. But anyway, that's it, guys. That is my Tsukemen tour here in Tokyo. If you guys have never had Tsukemen, you definitely got to give it a try. Step out of your comfort zone, try something different than the ordinary ramen. I absolutely love Tsukemen, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to come and check out some of the best ramen shops that serve Tsukemen here in Tokyo. In my opinion, they're the best in the world, and if you want to taste real ramen, you got to come to the source here in Japan. Anyway, that is it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, you guys know what to do. Hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And if you really like my videos and you want to help support the channel, click on the link to my coffee account down below and consider buying a beer. Anyway, guys, that's it for the video. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.